Hello students. So you have already studied about the nuclear fusion, correct? So I have one question before I start this video. That is, in nuclear fission, you have already seen that we have taken uranium 23592 isotope, correct? But there are two isotopes of uranium. That is, one is uranium 235 and the other one is uranium 23892. Why did we take or why have we conducted the nuclear fission using uranium 235? Okay, so as you know that this was the one which we had taken for nuclear fission, correct? So the amount of the presence of this isotope is 0.7 and that of uranium 238 is 99.3%. Okay, so this we have taken because it is more easily fissionable. Okay, it undergoes fission more easily, but this is little difficult. The fusion of uranium 238 is little difficult. Why is that? Because for this fission to be occurring, first we have to provide them with the neutrons, correct? So for uranium 235 we require slow neutrons, whereas for this it is fast neutrons. Okay, hence because of this we always take uranium 235 because it is easy for us to conduct the fission because it has to absorb slow moving neutrons. Okay, now the next topic is controlled and uncontrolled chain reaction. Controlled and uncontrolled chain reaction. Okay, so you already know the reaction, correct? So first, in the beginning we will be taking uranium 235, correct, 92. To this we will be providing it with a neutron, correct? So this will absorb one neutron, becoming unstable uranium 23692, correct? This will split to barium 14456 plus krypton 8936. Along with this, 3 neutrons will be liberated out and energy, that is 190 mega electron volt. So this is the reaction, correct? Yeah, so here what happens is, in a radioactive substance, correct, this is not only the one nuclei or the uranium that is present, there are other nuclei also, or there are other uranium atoms that are present with this atom, correct? So for this uranium atom, this neutron, okay, this neutron, it will provide the energy, or the uranium will absorb this neutron and it continues with the reaction. Okay, it continues with the reaction. So as it continues, okay, when it will end until all the uranium is consumed, correct? So this occurs one after one, correct? So because of this, it is called as a chain reaction and it cannot be controlled, hence it is called as uncontrolled chain reaction. Okay, so this uncontrolled chain reaction, okay, so here energy obtained, or more amount of energy is released, or huge amount of energy is released. So because of this, there will be a very strong explosion, correct? There will be a very strong explosion. Okay, so this explosion, this occurs at a very short time. Okay, and because of this explosion, it is very harmful. Okay, so this is called as a uncontrolled chain reaction. Okay, now what about controlled? Okay, so how do they control it? Okay, so the same chain reaction, okay, it can be controlled Okay, so how do they control is this neutron. Okay, so there will be a absorption of neutron. There will be a absorption of neutron by cadmium rods. Okay, so this cadmium rods, okay, it will absorb the neutrons that is produced in this reaction, this cadmium rods. Okay, and then they make this reaction very slow by moderators. Okay, moderators like graphite or heavy water. Okay, heavy water, graphite or heavy waters. So moderators will be used here. Okay, so here what happens is the energy will be released. Okay, energy will be released, but here the chain reaction, it will be controlled. Correct, the chain reaction is controlled. Correct, so this is a principle. Okay, so this is the principle that is used in nuclear reactor. So nuclear reactor, it is used in nuclear power plant. So this is the principle. Okay, so that is used in the nuclear reactor. Next, what are the uses of this fission? What are the uses of this fission? Okay, so the first thing is uses of this fission. It is utilized by using the energy that is released. Okay, so here the energy that is released is utilized. Okay, so basically there are two things. One is the destructive purpose. Okay, and the other one is constructive purpose. Okay, one is destructive purpose and the other one is constructive purpose. Okay, so destructive purpose means basically this energy which is released, they are used for atom bombs. Okay, this name is misnomer. So here we will be using the name that is the nuclear bomb. So the destructive purpose that is this reaction is used is the nuclear bomb. Now what about the constructive process? Okay, so these are used in nuclear power plant. Okay, so where the neutrons are slowed down. Okay, the neutrons are slowed down or the process is slowed down, and this energy is used for the generation or the production of electricity. Okay, so this is the destructive and the constructive purposes. Okay, now next one is what is radioactive decay. Okay, now you already know what is radioactive decay and what is nuclear fission. But what is the difference between both of them? Okay, so the first thing is this is a spontaneous process. Correct, it doesn't require anyone's help or it doesn't require any initiation. Correct, so this is a spontaneous process, whereas nuclear fission, it doesn't occur by itself. Correct, you know that, right? So it doesn't occur by itself. So what has to be provided or through which it has to be initiated is with the help of neutrons, it has to be initiated. This is the first difference that we'll be studying. The second difference is the nucleus that is undergoing this radioactive decay. It will emit what and all? Alpha rays, beta rays and gamma rays. Correct, or gamma particles. Correct, but here the energy released, the energy will be released, which is nothing but it is called as the nuclear energy. Correct, it is called as the nuclear energy. So here what happened, the nucleus, the heavy nucleus, it will split into two lighter nuclei. Correct, two lighter nuclei. Correct, it is breaking up of the heavy nucleus. Now the last one here, okay, in radioactive decay, the rate, what is there, we cannot control it, so it is uncontrolled. But here we have both. The rate can be controlled as well as it is uncontrolled. Correct? So rate is controlled and it can be uncontrolled. So this is the difference between radioactive decay and nuclear fission.